Hey guys, Tony Denaro here. Let's talk AMC Reverse Stock Split and why it is one horrible idea. So yesterday, York Angelo put out a video talking about a reverse stock split being a great hypothetical idea that would destroy the shorts and force the short interest to be recalculated, striking terror into the heart of the short hedge funds. Now, towards the end of this video, I'm going to give you the complete horror situation that a reverse stock split would lead us into. But first, let's talk about the key assumptions that Angelo got incorrect, why the premise of his video is entirely wrong. I want to share this information with you tonight in case you were wondering, is a reverse stock split a great idea? And I know I'm going to get questions tomorrow on my live stream about it, so now we'll have a place to send people for their real information. First of all, let's talk about what is a reverse stock split. It's basically the opposite of a stock split. So if you own 10 shares of stock that are worth $20 each, your total investment would be $200. If the company did a 1-for-5 reverse split, you would divide your number of shares by 5, so your 10 shares would drop to 2, but the value of those shares would increase by 5, so from $20 to $100 each. And you'd still have 2 times 100, a valuation of $200 in your investment. So for you, nothing's changed. The problem with York Angelo's hypothesis is that any short or synthetic shares get recalculated in the exact same fashion. So the end math for everybody stays exactly the same. Let's look at a quick example on a spreadsheet, and then I'm going to tell you the real danger of even suggesting something like this. As of today, AMC has a float of about 513 million shares. The current price as of Friday is $17.97. For the number of synthetics, let's just use, for example, the rough number of shares reported by Ortex, around 100 million, which gives us a percentage of short shares of 19.5%. And the last row on this example is not really relevant to this discussion, but I just threw it in there for fun. The hypothetical price at which a hedge fund might have shorted AMC. Let's say they shorted at $50. The first quick example is a 1-for-2 reverse split. So your number of shares get cut in half, but the price doubles. So that would take the float to 256 million shares. The AMC price would be adjusted to $35.94, but the synthetics also get cut in half and repriced. So there would be 50 million synthetics now, and the short interest math still stays the same, 19.5%. For the last example, we'll look at a hypothetical reverse split of 1-for-5. So for every 5 shares that you have, it is collapsed down to 1 share, but the price per share goes up by 5. That would take the float of AMC down to 102,600,000 shares at a price of $89.85 per share. The number of synthetics would also be divided by 5. So the number of synthetics would drop to 20 million. And again, the short interest remains exactly the same at 19.5%. It might also be humorous or ironic to you to know that the shareholders of GameStop, which has a float of 73 million shares and a price right now of around $100, I've been excited and talking for 6 months or more about the potential of a stock split, the opposite. They want more shares at a lower price, with the theory that a lower price would attract more retail investors. So what's being proposed for AMC would put us where they are now, and what they were hoping for would put them where AMC is now. Take a lesson from the GameStop investors who aren't very happy about their $100 plus price. If a reverse split happens with AMC, sure enough, we're going to be asking, why did we do this? Any of you who've been in the market for any time know that reverse stock splits are usually a death knell for a company. The price might rise overnight after the split goes into effect, but almost inevitably the stocks plummet. Reverse stock splits are generally taken as a very bearish signal from a company. But Angelo did mention GE in his video, and sure enough, GE did a 1-for-8 reverse stock split at the middle of 2021. The stock split was announced around May 25th, 2021, and Angelo is excited about the price of GE running up after that announcement was made. And we can see that right here. The price gapped up from about $105 to $114 when they made the announcement. The problem with this chart is This chart now shows the post-split price. So what was the real price back in May? If we back out the stock split, it was not a $9 move. To find the real price back in May, we have to divide by 8. So what did GE stock really do on May 25th when this reverse split was announced? It jumped from $13 to $14.25, about an increase of $1.25 per share. Not so exciting now, is it? But now let's talk about the real danger of suggesting an idea like a reverse stock split. First of all, unlike what another YouTuber, Lou, said about a reverse stock split, a share count is not required to do a reverse stock split. Just generally approval from the board. Let's say that AMC did a 1-for-5 reverse split and took the number of shares from 513 million to down around 100 million. The math didn't change, so why is it dangerous? Because when a reverse stock split happens, it does not change the number of authorized shares for the corporation. That number of authorized shares still remains authorized at 513 million shares. And so now AMC is sitting with a float of just over 100 million shares and 400 million shares that they could now issue at the new stock price. Whether it is convertible bonds or a straight up issuance of stock, these 400 million shares are already authorized. They don't need your approval to issue them. Now we are talking massive new potential dilution if the company decides that it needs to generate some additional cash. The prospect of that alone should be enough to end this discussion today about a reverse stock split for AMC. The very last thing that shareholders want right now in AMC is more dilution of our shares. I'm Tony Denaro. I live stream every day, Monday through Friday, from market open to market close. I hope to catch you on a live stream soon. Don't forget to buy and hold that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next video.